welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first video. It's probably not the best quality or anything like that. It's actually taken me a while to make it. I've been wanting to make it for ages, but I'm currently on a gap year program in Israel. I'm going to be here for about 10 months and then I'm probably traveling for about a month. So just so you can get an idea, this is the kind of place I'm in. I don't know if you can see properly, but it's like absolutely beautiful. And I'm living in like a collective of people where we basically share our clothing, we share our money, and we share our experiences. Like it's all about building relationships and everything. So it's a very like intimate environment to be in, and particularly for a trans person who is probably not as connected with themselves. Or is as secure in themselves as other people may be. So it's a massive learning experience for myself as well as the people that I'm around. And they're very much like my family, and yeah, we're all from the same youth movement, so we've known each other for quite a few years. But yeah, I didn't really want to get too much into what I'm doing with my year, but more about my transition. And then I'll attach my my Tumblr name, my Tumblr URL to the bottom so that you can message me with any questions or anything like that. And my responses might be a bit sporadic as we're sort of all over the place doing various things. But yeah, I want to have like really good contact with the people who are watching my videos and try to be as like active as I can. But basically, firstly, today is like marks 7 days that I've been on testosterone, which is like super exciting. It's a lot more underwhelming than like I expected that it would be. Changes I've experienced, surprisingly there actually have been some. I'm on testosterone in a gel form, so it's called Testogel. And what I have to do is I'm on a half dose for a few months and then I go on a full dose. So I basically just apply half of the packet to my shoulders, my arms, and my stomach every morning. And then, yeah, so that's pretty much how it goes. And then after like 4 months, I start on like the full packet. So changes I've experienced, I've started getting some acne. I don't know if it's visible, but yeah, just on my chin area, which is like really unfamiliar for me because I've never had acne growing up or when I went through puberty the first time or anything like that. So it's been like not a great change, but like, it's just good to see that it's all like working. What else? I think it could be my imagination, but I'm like sort of okay with that. I think my Adam's apple has grown a little bit, but I don't know if that's actually true. I've definitely noticed a change in my appetite. My appetite is like significantly grown, which is like not great because we're not doing much exercise here at the moment. Like try to go for runs whenever I can. But yeah, I mean, like I wanted to give a little bit of history to myself for people who are like watching this and aren't familiar with me at all. You can obviously check out my blog and have a look at what I'm all about and everything. But basically, like my name is Nev or Nevo. I also go by Nemo. That's a nickname that's started at the moment, and I kind of like it. I'm recently 18. I turned 18 on January the 16th. What else? I play music. I've been teaching myself guitar for quite a few years. I played trumpet for about 5 years, but haven't played it in a long time. And I'm Jewish. I'm a Zionist, vegetarian. What else? I've identified as trans for about, I'm going to say 10 months, maybe 11. I'm not really sure. Before that, I identified as a lesbian for about 4 years, 3.5, something like that. It's been like a massive roller coaster. It's been an amazing learning experience. I've met a lot of great people along the way. I'm very grateful to be in the queer community because I think that it unleashes a very interesting way of living. So yeah, it's been really, really cool. Like I've been surprisingly supported. My family has been very good. Like it's taken them time to adjust, and a lot of them didn't want me to start testosterone for a while because obviously they wanted to be with me through this very big experience. But I found that in order to get the most out of my gap year and living in a collective, I had to be as comfortable with myself as I could. So I wanted to start testosterone as soon as possible. And while I've been like getting a bit of dysphoria here, I've found that being on testosterone has really helped with that. not from like a physical perspective, but just mentally, I know that because I have testosterone in my body now, when people misgender me, I don't feel as bad correcting them, and I also don't feel as bad about it because I know in myself that I am male. And even though I don't believe that testosterone defines a male or anything like that, I do think that it helps. Like, it really helps me from a mental perspective and from a placebo perspective. It's like the same thing as when I legally changed my name, and from then I didn't feel as bad correcting people if they got my wrong name. So yeah, I'd really like people to send me questions if they're interested. I'll be like posting regular updates if I can. I'd like to post like once a week. That's kind of my goal. It won't be on the same day or anything, but it'll just sort of be whenever I can. I'd love to like bring some music to the channel, something like that. Like, I don't necessarily want it to just be about trans issues or trans stuff. Like, I'm also happy to discuss relationships. I was in a relationship for 3 years almost. And yeah, like, please come to me with anything. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I should say about my transition. I'm not really sure. I think it's probably better if people ask me. I'm trying to think what I used to ask people, because I used to ask people a lot of questions. I think that everyone does when they first start thinking about this. Now I ask more questions about changes on testosterone and various things like that. But I'm trying to think. I think that, like, I asked a lot about something that, like, I'll probably make a whole video about this because I think this is really, really important. But there's this massive shift when you come out as transgender between, like, lesbian culture and, like, straight male culture. And it's, like, really, really strange and really unfamiliar. And for me, it was really hard because when I came out as a lesbian, I, like, entered this community that was very alternative and very, like, particularly feminist in some cases. And, like, I identify as a feminist, so that was great for me. And then I find that there's this huge loss when you transition because you kind of lose the lesbian community. You no longer, as such, have a trans community. I mean, you do, but to only a certain extent. And I found that I, like, assimilated a little bit for a while into straight male culture, and with that comes male privilege and misogyny and things like that. And I had to get kind of wrapped up in that, and it's been really hard to readjust and to remain faithful to my identity regardless of the expectations that have been placed on me, as well as just like masculinity expression and things like that that have also been expected from me. So I'd love to cover all those topics. I think I will definitely make a video about that in isolation. But I'd love for people to let me know if they're interested in me saying anything in particular. And yeah, I mean, I'm really excited about the channel, and like, I hope people are interested. So cool. Thanks for watching.